Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to day 3 of our Disney World excursion. I'm James Phoenix, here with Chris the Mole and Anastasia Lazerbeam once again.
Ooh.
And today's adventure was Disney's Animal Kingdom. That's right. So, this was a fun adventure. I guess we'll just run around, and I guess we'll get the big one out of the way first because I want to talk about it a little bit.
Animal Kingdom.
I already said Animal Kingdom.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
I held up the map and everything.
I heard you heard the map, but I didn't hear you say it.
I said Animal Kingdom.
I said it louder.
These are the people I work with, everybody. Anyway, so as you may or may not be aware, one of the big thing in Animal Kingdom right now is
Pandora.
the addition of Pandora, the land for the movie Avatar.
Yep.
The planet. So, one of the top attraction of that area is called the Flight of Passage.
I think it's the top attraction in the whole park.
Yeah, the whole of Animal Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Some of you can say that of all the parks.
You could say that too. That's certainly very popular. I mean, it certainly had the longest line of anything I've seen so far.
2 hours.
Yeah. We luckily got in at the point where the line was only an hour, so we didn't quite wait that long. But
yeah, we did wait an hour and a half.
It wasn't an hour and a half. I wasn't tracking.
It wasn't an hour and a half because we got in at 8:30 and we just got in at about 10:30.
Well, part of that's because part of the ride broke and they couldn't take as many people at
It
once.
still took us to wait, and they weren't prepared for that.
Yeah. So, but it's an interesting ride. It's the machinery itself is similar to Soarin' in that you get onto a bike
that breathes.
Yeah, it's basically, it simulates flying on a Banshee or an Ikari, as the
you have to
now they would call
grind
them. Yeah, and basically you get on the bike, it locks you with safety restraints, and you're put on VR glasses that simulate you riding on a Banshee and flying around on Pandora. And the bikes lurch forward and back into the sides to indicate the movement. You feel the Banshee breathing underneath you between your knees. You feel it flapping. Yeah, there's smells coming at you, the ocean, the forest, everything else.
It's literally soaring, but working. Because the screen wasn't like this, because we were on the end.
Well, yeah, that was because it was VR, so rather than having
we also had individual screens. We didn't have to be pushed to one side or whatever. We were all relatively in the right area.
Exactly, because we all had our own VR glasses, so each was
They weren't VR glasses.
They weren't?
They were 3D glasses. It was the screen in front of us was the same.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got confused.
They just, unlike that one, they actually got the screen bright instead of
Got
doing it how that one did. It might still be a curved screen, but they learned not to make the curve at the end.
Yeah, because they only have about 6 seats in a room, and they put them all in the dead center, so that works out. It was really fun. I mean, I'll admit, I have a bit of a fear of heights, so
in the dark. And also roller coasters in general, even if they're supposed to be run by 5-year-olds, just want to clear the air.
Yeah, I'm a wimp when it comes to thrill rides. I will not deny this simple fact. The dark wasn't as bad. It wasn't too bad at the dark.
The fact that you said that you found the dark scary, though, I found like.
I didn't find the dark scary. I said that I don't find the dark itself scary. I find randomly plunging in the dark scary.
So if I cover your eyes right now, are you scared?
No, because we're not plunging anywhere.
Now you're scared.
Funny. At any rate, yeah, that was a very interesting ride. Really a lot of fun. If you're A, a fan of Avatar, or B, a fan of flying around in a beautiful landscape, you should go on this ride.
It was super fun. I specifically don't like Pandora because, yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. I enjoyed it a whole lot.
Yeah, if you're coming here, try to fast pass it, but do it early because, according to what Mole told me at the time that we went to do it, we were told that it was fast passed about 8 months in advance. So
that's what they said anyway.
Yeah. So
and if you go on the fast pass and look all next week and the week afterwards and the week afterwards and the week afterwards, it's all gone.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you can try to run there first thing in the morning. You might get a slightly shorter wait, which is what we did, although we weren't quite the first. But otherwise, it's going to be a long wait if you want to go on it. But it is a really cool ride if you do.
Yep. And obviously, like I said, like the film, they're great. It's a great film.
Yeah.
And as you're going through, there's bits to the ride, like you get to see elements from the film, like the person in the tank. And then as you go through, you get to match up to your avatar before you even get on it. All of that stuff, and I'm like, that's cool as hell. And Avatar's one of those films where even if you hate it, you have to admit it looks beautiful, or you're lying.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it literally broke special effects at the time.
Disney never invented like 17 new special effects techniques in order to make that movie.
Yeah.
No, all he has to do is invent writing.
He did. He wrote Titanic, which won an Oscar, and this.
Yeah.
Which won awards.
Okay, Titanic, okay, I'll give you that. This so much blew Pocahontas.
Fun fact, it was wrote a year before Pocahontas.
This Avatar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and Pocahontas was still more enjoyable. Wow. Ugh, maybe they took the thing.
No, it wasn't. That's why this won more awards.
Ugh, I didn't enjoy it.
That means no one's allowed to.
I know, but people's opinions have changed and fluid. But I understand you got.
Anyway, it's an interesting attraction, and the movie is decent. You should check it out if you haven't. There are several sequels coming out, so stay tuned for those.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a good attraction.
It was a great ride too.
There is also an Avatar boat ride that had an equally long wait. We didn't have time to do that, but my
Not at
understanding-
first.
Yeah, it was short at first, and then it got a really long line by the time we got out of the Flight of Passage.
Yeah, because a lot of people getting on it would probably got off and then gone straight to that, like we were going to.
Yeah, so if you want to check that out, check it out. I think you guys said you were going to try to do that next week, maybe?
Possibly.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Who knows if it's still honest or not.
Yeah, who knows? At any rate, that was a fun thing. What else did we do that you guys liked?
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur, yes. Which I didn't realize until we were in the queue and Will mentioned it was actually based on the Disney movie Dinosaur, which I have not seen.
I mean, I say loosely based because he's trying to grab the same dinosaur that's in the movie, but none of the characters or writing or anything like that is in there.
Right.
Yeah, and the logo's the same, and the statue outside is the main character.
Yeah, they're trying to catch the same dinosaur that was in the movie, but he doesn't talk or do anything.
No, it's basically the Ellen DeGeneres ride, but good. Because stuff happens on this one.
I liked the Ellen DeGeneres ride.
Yeah, that's what's fun. Basically, you get out of a car. The premise is that you're on a time buggy being sent back in time to retrieve a dinosaur for scientific purposes. But the scientist who does it broke a few rules to send you back right around when that meteor hit that wiped them out. And so it gets a little shaky and crazy in darkness and meteors and craziness.
Yep.
The dinosaur animatronics were really good, though. They looked realistic and they were cool.
Yep. And we also did the safari, which was awesome.
Yes, we got it. That was sheer luck. We owe that all to Mo, because we were at the point of trying to figure out what we wanted to do, because we were trying to see if we could get out of the park earlier to work in time to go for a swim, which we did.
It's okay. I generally find safaris boring. We got to see a few animals. Most times I go on these things, I hardly ever see anything, and it sucks. But we got to see some animals, and it was fine.
Yeah, and even they said that there's a good amount of animals in some areas, but that's not even the most they've had on some of these. So
yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
That's the thing.
We only got on that because we managed to snag a fast pass because we had dropped our fast pass for the other thing that we were going to do, which was the Bugs Life ride.
Which I didn't even care about.
Yeah, and so we dropped that fast pass, and it just so happened
we also dropped Dinosaur at the time because we were trying to get Pew on that Whiz ride.
Oh, right.
Because she wanted to go on it. We got up to it.
Yes.
It said there was a 30-minute wait, and when we got to it, it was like 100-something minutes.
Well, there was the guy who looks like Jacob Kowalski from the first Fantastic Beasts movie. So there's
and the second.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen the second one. So
he's in that movie too. I'm just telling you.
Okay, so the point is that guy told me that there was gonna be a 5-minute wait for this cat and mouse roller coaster. And if you don't know what a cat and mouse roller coaster is, basically it's one of the it's like a baby's first roller coaster where it has like slight drops, and mostly it just goes like it kind of just twists around, and just keeps like doing that kind of thing. So I was like, well, I'll do that because that's like fun. I mean, it's like. Yeah. Okay, but it was Glenn was crazy. It was
that's the guy that worked in one of the shops where Pew stopped to get a Disney zebra cookie. Was that a good cookie? By the way?
It was not. It looked like it was like chocolatey and gooey and stuff, and it was very like 10% icing, like 90% nasty cookie.
That's fair. And anyway, the gentleman working there, whoever it was, recommended say, hey, there's an attraction that not a lot of people go to that I think is really fun that almost never has a wait. And so he said, go to number 55. Of course, we get done, there's a 60-minute wait.
I have been on it, and it is fun for like a little kid ride, but yeah. Yeah,
so we couldn't do that, so we tried to do that, but right when that wouldn't work, at the exact same time as Dinosaur, the Safari opened up. So we thought, okay, well, if we do the Safari, cancel Dinosaur, we might be able to get onto Pew's ride later, on a later time, which wasn't available.
But we got to the safari. And personally,
it was a weird thing.
Yeah, which I was really glad of, because that was like, of the things in Animal Kingdom, that was the thing I wanted to do, because when I think Animal Kingdom, I think the safari.
Yeah,
so,
the safari was awesome.
It's a lot of great animals. There were rhinos and elephants and giraffes, and the lions were sleeping, but they were there, and antelope and flamingos and just all kinds of cool stuff.
And I've been on this safari now like 4 times, and each time it's filled with animals, but I always see different ones.
And that's cool.
I think what they've done is each section has animals that are in different habitats.
Mm-hmm.
So like you won't see the ones who are coming out during the heat at the same time as the cold.
Yeah.
Obviously, so they'll have a good mixture. So you'll always see them, which I think that's pretty cool.
And that's good, for lack of a better term, replay value for that attraction. You're always going to see something new kind of animals when you go, so that's cool.
Yeah, and obviously time of day is different and stuff, which that was cool, and I like that, and it's also educational, and obviously who doesn't like animals?
Yeah. To tie into that, by the way, we did get to stop and see a great show that was happening in front of the Tree of Life in the main area of Animal Kingdom, where some of the
bird show.
Yeah, the animal teams came out, and they had a show with various macaws of very bright colors that flew right over everybody's heads, and they landed, and there was like a couple dozen of them, then they flew out, and they did all this cool stuff. It was only like a 5-10 minute show, but it was really cool to see all the birds flying around.
Which is also funny, because I have to say, or at least the red one looks exactly like a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit, yeah.
Everything I always see him in, even a book I've got, calls him a parrot.
Yeah.
Clearly he's this bird, not just a parrot.
Well, parrots are very like umbrella term for all this type of birds.
Yeah. She was talking about parrots. She was the Nights of Paris mixed in, because she was saying, it's a bit of the thing about how they're parrots, that they're very loud. So I have saved you from years of parrots.
I said mine was first. The most thing that is complained about parrots is they live too damn long. You better write that in your will, and your kids' will, because it will outlive you. It will.
Fair enough.
Which is fun. And yeah, when I saw him, which is, well, not him, but you know what I mean? I saw that, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yep. Yeah, so that was some enjoyable stuff.
Like when we were on the safari, the monkey with the stripes, I said, do you want like Rafiki? And the woman on the front even said, I like Rafiki. And I'm like, yes!
Yeah, pull that out. That was good. Yeah, so,
and we did Festival of Lion King, speaking of Rafiki.
Yes, the Festival of Lion King show was amazing.
That was awesome.
That was I'm rating that as best thing of Animal Kingdom that we did today. That was so good.
It was alright.
I'm a huge Lion King fan, so maybe that's just me.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was,
I like the costumes and stuff.
It was cool seeing like the mixture of puppeteering and circus act and musicals.
Was there any puppets?
Yeah, literally like, I hate to break it to you, that giant talking warthog in the corner. And the talking lion
I thought they
real.
were animatronic things.
Which is a way of puppeteering.
It's a really advanced robot puppet.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, when I think puppets, I think of like a person controlling something.
Puppet is a broad term for anything puppeteered.
Yeah.
And they have people inside puppeteering.
It seems like kind of misleading.
Yeah. But it was a really enjoyable 30-minute show with some singers that came out. They brought out an animatronic Simba and Pumbaa. They had a guy in a Timon suit walking around.
Which was also animatronic a little bit because its mouth would move.
Yeah, the animatronics for the turtles.
I think it has the same tech as the Turtles costumes, you remember them?
Yeah. So that was cool. So
only his mouth moved like that instead of like they did.
Yeah. But it was really enjoyable, the big numbers that they did, the fancy dancing and some of the stunts and like trapeze people flipping around as monkeys and all kinds of stuff. It was really, really cool.
I want to see more of like the trapeze stuff and things like that.
Yeah, my favourite part is the guy who goes with the flaming staff and spins it around. He lights up the floor, he puts on his bare feet when it's upside down. He's going mental with this like flaming double-edged sword.
Yeah, that was during the Be Prepared segment. That was great.
Yeah.
And at the end, he started like breathing the fire right at the end. That was cool.
And I'm just like, oh, that's so cool.
That was badass. Yeah, really enjoyable show. Go see that if you have a chance. It's 30 minutes and it's really easy to get into. Just get in line like 30 minutes before a scheduled show and you'll probably be fine, even if you don't have a fast pass. Mm-hmm. They fed a lot of people in that theater. But slide all the way to the right when you come in, because they fit as many people as they can into that theater.
Yeah, they were like, lady, just so you know, we can't go any more to the right.
Yep.
I'm out of there. Oh well. But yeah, that was a lot.
I know, like, because you know he was saying it. He was looking, because I know one of the people behind me and one of the people near me were leaving gaps like that. So while you, Pew, and stuff were like going like that, they weren't doing it. That's why he's looking directly and goes, "Oh, just ignore me."
He literally said that. It's true.
Yeah, because they just weren't doing it.
Yeah. I
know what the hell's wrong with them.
people. But that was a really good show, so I'm going to check that out. There's also a lot of really great shops in Animal Kingdom to get a lot of unique things. Mole got an amazing Navi hoodie that glows in the dark.
I did. That looks cool.
That's going to be awesome.
They had to get the tail to go with it.
Yeah, you got to get a tail. They have Lion King branded animal crackers that are pretty good.
They were tasty.
They're like $3 for a box, which is not bad for Disney World. Yeah. So lots of great stuff in there. They have a counter in that same.
They actually sell fresh fruit.
Yeah, there's a lot of places you can get fresh fruit from the stands, which is nice.
Like, I know Pew got grapes.
I did.
And they had grapes, strawberries, bananas, oranges. And that same place was making like fresh, like fried cooked corn over a fire.
Yep.
That was really cool.
Which, while I'm not fussed on like fruit and stuff like that, it's cool to have the variety.
Yeah. I had a Mickey pretzel that was delicious, if a bit salty.
Which is what I like about this, because as you got the vendors with all the various food types.
Yeah.
Like pretzels, fruit, corn on the cob.
Yeah.
But you also get the what's the name of it now? You also get the stuff like the live bands playing in the street. And
Yeah.
there was like live acts doing various stuff. Which
Yeah.
It's just cool.
Yeah, there was all kinds of stuff going on. It was, I will say, of all the parks, this felt like the one that most had an
Identity.
an identity of its own that seemed to transcend the entire park, as opposed to being confined to a specific area. Even when you went from Africa to over here to a different area, to Pandora to this and that, it felt like it was cohesive, and I really liked that.
Yeah, even moving from fictional area like Pandora to like you said like Africa, it still matches.
Yeah.
Which that's pretty awesome. Whereas, yeah, like other parks don't. You go from one to the other and it just feels too different.
Well, they have different lanes, that's why they do that.
Yeah. So overall, Animal Kingdom, an enjoyable experience, and I certainly...
and even though we couldn't go on them, the rapids are fun.
Yes, I've heard the rapids are fun.
I love them.
And you check those out. We did see Donald and Daisy Duck who were signing autographs, but we did not have time to get those.
We didn't.
And they were taking pictures and things. We didn't have time for it. Mole had to make a Sophie's choice between getting over to the dinosaur ride and meeting Chip and Dale.
Yeah. And they did have like that Christmas decorations up and stuff, which was cool.
Yeah, very good.
So yeah, we did Animal Kingdom.
We did. Animal Kingdom was great. We did follow that up after a little swim here. Mole and I did go and see The Grinch, and we are going to review that as promised, so stay tuned for that review. That'll be coming up.
That's coming up in the future.
So that was our Animal Kingdom excursion.
Yeah.
Ratings?
I'll let you guys go first.
Stacey?
It's okay. We had like 2 good things, but most of it is kind of boring. And there's a lot of time where you're walking in between things, and there's not as much interesting things in the beginning. Where I feel like other parks have way more stuff to do. So they're like when you go from one end to another end, you can stop and do like all these other things. But I feel like there was less of that in Animal Kingdom specifically.
It was worth noting this actually came up because we were in the pool earlier they were doing trivia. And one of the trivia questions...
This is the only question we got wrong in all the trivia, by the way.
And that's only because we misheard the question.
Yeah.
But basically she asked, okay, which park is smaller, Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom? We thought she asked which park was bigger. But the confirmed answer was that Animal Kingdom is the larger of the 2 parks.
But it's mostly full of like empty space and like animal taken care of and stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's a safari space, but it's still part of the park. But it's still a long walk if you were going to go all the way from one end of Pandora to the opposite end of Africa. It's a big park, and there's a lot of walking involved.
And it is cool that they're looking after all the animals.
Yeah, that's great.
That's really great.
And if you, if any of you folks are interested in how you can help, help conserve the wildlife and protect nature out there, you can head over to Animal Kingdom's website. They have some links to some conservation efforts that they're a part of that you can help contribute to.
Yep. And yeah, for me personally, this was a great park. It made up for what we did yesterday. Mm-hmm. Like one of the big things with this one is as you go walking through like Africa and stuff, it actually embraces the Africa culture.
It does.
And elements of it and all the other stuff. It doesn't just flat out be racist and mock it. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. You're actually doing it right here. That's cool, and that's cool to embrace. I mean, when you got all the animals and stuff, because it is shitty how people treat animals. Mm. And we do have like the large reserves for the animals, so that's great. Because I'm glad Disney does that, and it's cool to go through and see them all.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give this park 2 thumbs up.
There you go. Yeah, I agree. Animal Kingdom was great. It's got a wide variety of different attractions and things you can do. There's a lot of great animals to see. The other thing we didn't get to do, but after you get off of if you take the safari, or if you just go around to the back of it, there is a trail you can walk called the Gorilla Trail, where you can see gorillas and a bunch of other animals. Just walk around and see the animals. And that's really cool that you can do that too.
I will say I've been on that once before, and most of the times with these kind of sort of things, the animals are kind of hard to see. What we ended up doing is we ended up staring at animals' stomachs because they're all up inside a net, like in they're like that's like 30 feet above you, and they were just chilling up there, and I don't know, it wasn't super great.
Okay.
It's like another thing. It's like the safari. You get to see a lot of animal assholes. Like I have a job where on a website that you can actually get a portrait of animal assholes, and people actually buy this like shit. That's what it reminded me of. Like if you want commercially painted animal assholes like on your wall, like you can buy it at Ferguson.com.
Oh, it's not just assholes. To be fair, that rhino or hippopotamus, I think it was a hippo, literally defecated on the wall.
He did. He was taking
That was awesome. It was just spraying like a fucking comedy movie on the wall.
Like, see, it's like, oh man, wouldn't it be nice to see their faces and but whatever. It's fine. Like, but that's what it reminded me of. Like,
that
so
makes sense.
oddly specific.
It's also because a lot of animals, when they see us or smell us, feel threatened, so they'll turn their backs on us.
Yeah.
Which means, like Peter said, you will see their ass. Which is funny if one of them's the monkey with the red behind.
Yep.
Because that is always funny.
That is funny.
But what's your rating?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw this a good strong 9.5 out of 10. Great park. Go check it out. It's a lot of long walking with some areas where there won't be stuff going on as you're walking down the long paths from one main hub to another, but it's still a lot of cool things going on. They do have a great number of drink and snack vendors all over the place. They got snack vendors so you can stop and you can get a Mickey popsicle or a Mickey ice cream sandwich or like a frozen banana. Like they got good stuff like that. They got drink vendors around, although be aware, especially if you've just come off and you're in the Pandora area and you just came off a flight of passage, the drink vendors right there do not have Coke. They only have water and Powerade.
It's not serving Pepsi, bastards.
Yep, and lemonade. I think they're lemonade as well.
They might have. Lemonade, I would have got that instead of a water. Damn.
I wasn't sure if that was the one I think the one I bought lemonade off might have had Coke, but I know some of them had lemonades and stuff.
Yeah, the one you bought lemonade had everything, but I mean the one where we got the water and you got the Powerade, that only had those two.
Yeah. I will be honest, I don't really like Powerade, but I like it more than water.
That's fair.
Okay, so the vendors had a wide variety of stuff.
Yeah, they did. And then there's even that one shop where we saw the animal cookies. They had a great counter. You get fresh made, like giant cookies shaped like animals. They had a candy apple that was shaped like an elephant's head. Like, it was cool stuff.
So there's a lot of varieties in the food and drink, and obviously, like you said, there's a lot to see and do.
Reasonably priced.
What's your rate, Jim?
I already gave it. I said it was a good solid 9.5 out of 10.
Cool. And join us for tomorrow, because we'll be doing Hollywood.
We will be doing Hollywood, so...
and you're going to be guys doing the Grinch, like, right after this, so...
Not after this.
Yeah, we're gonna review that later because it's getting late.
Right.
But yeah, stay tuned for our review. The Grinch will be coming up, and tomorrow will be our Hollywood Studios excursion, and that'll be the last of our videos unless these guys decide to do something after I leave, because tomorrow's my last day, and then Sunday morning I'm out of here. So,
Yep.
stay tuned for Hollywood Studios. For these guys, I'm Jace Phoenix, and we'll see you next time. Peace.